Ang math ay easy lang. Basta't alam mo kung paano sumunod sa mga rules and regulations nito. Ako po si Ma'am Carol, isang guro ng mathematics.
Hello mga kamath! Ang video natin ngayon ay tungkol sa Parabola. Finding Vertex, Focus, Directrix, Axis of Symmetry, and Sketching. It is much better if we are going to deal with this through examples para mas makita nyo or ma-visualize nyo kung paano ina-analyze ang isang parabola from the equation. So, ang gagawin natin, ang given sa atin ay equation. We are going to analyze the equation. And from here, we are going to find the vertex, the focus, the directrix, the axis of symmetry. At saka tayo mag-sketch. Okay? So, ang aking tip sa inyo ay you must have this list. Itong nasa ilalim. It's the list of simple standard form wherein yung nasa left side ay yung may mga squared. So, dalawang klase yan. It's either yung y yung nasa kaliwa or yung x yung nasa kaliwa. Now, if y yung nasa left side of the equation, lagi yan na standard na merong 4p. Okay? And then yung another variable, yung kasunod niya ay yung walang squared. So, take note, nasa kaliwa yung may squared, nasa kanan yung walang exponent or degree 1. At lagi siyang may katabi na 4p. Ngayon, ang kaibahan nila, yung isa positive yung 4, isa negative, positive, negative. Depende kung saan siya nag-open. Okay? So, from here, you can see na kapag y yung nasa left side at saka positive yung 4, the parabola opens to the right. So, parang papaganon yung korte niya. Okay? And it is symmetric about the x-axis. Kasi itong lahat ng ito, walang mga number na katabi yung mga x's or yung y's natin. Itong lahat ng ito ay nandoon sa origin ang kanyang vertex. So, umiikot lang siya. So, it opens to the right and symmetric about the x-axis. Talaga namang right kasi positive, 'di ba? So, 'di ba sa ating rectangular coordinate system, pagka nasa kanan, positive x's 'yon, 'di ba? Kaya opens to the right. Pag negative naman, ganun din, nakahiga pero it opens to the left. Okay? Symmetric again about the x-axis. Pag naman yung x yung squared, it opens up. So, patayo yung parabola natin. And kapag ka naman ito ay negative, yung p natin, or negative 4p, it opens downward. So, ito yung pinaka pagkokopyahan natin, or ito yung pinaka-standard natin na basis para makapag-decide tayo kung ano yung mga vertex, focus, directrix, at saka axis of symmetry. So, let's continue on analyzing our first example. So, x squared is equal to negative 4y. And it so happens na katulad siya nung nasa ilalim, kaya ko siya ginawang red. Okay? So, anticipate na natin, it opens down. So, papaganon yung magiging korte niya. And symmetric about the y-axis. Okay? So, ayun yung axis of symmetry. So, yung y-axis. As I have said earlier, kapag ganito yung itsura ng equation mo, walang mga number na katabi yung x or y, automatic, ang vertex niya nasa origin or 0, 0. Okay? Okay, so, nagets yun. So, 0, 0 ha, kasi walang katabi yung x, walang katabi yung y. Therefore, 0, 0 yung vertex niya. Ngayon, paano ko nakuha yung focus? The focus can be computed using yung 4p. Ngayon, for me, hindi ko muna iniintindi yung negative because the negative sign here indicates lang kung saan siya nag-o-open. So, since negative yung given sa atin, we know now for a fact that it opens downwards. Okay? Yun lang yung meaning ng negative na yun. So, yun yung pinaka-clue. Okay? That this parabola opens downwards, symmetric about the y-axis, vertex 0, 0. But the focus would come from here. Okay, so negative 4. Pero meron din tayong negative 4py dun sa ating pinaka-general or standard form, di ba? So, ang gagawin natin, magko-compute tayo. What is the value of p? Okay, so that when we multiply it with negative 4, the answer is also negative 4. And the answer for that is 1, di ba? 1. However, sabi dito, bakit negative 1, hindi positive 1 yung inilagay natin sa focus? Remember, sabi natin, it opens downwards. So, kunyari, idodrawing ko dito ha, it opens downwards, papaganito. At yung 1 na yun na P is 1 unit away from the vertex na nasa ilalim, okay? Because it opens downwards, yung focus ay nasa ilalim ng vertex. So, ano yung nasa ilalim ng 0? And that would be the point 0, negative 1. So, ito yung nilagay ko. Kaya yan yung nilagay ko yung focus. So, kung ito yung 0, 0 at papaganito yung parabola, yung point na ito, yun yung focus. Okay, katapat siya ng vertex, pero 1 unit down. That's why it's 0, negative 1. Now, how about the directrix? The directrix is 1 unit above the vertex. So, kung ito yung vertex, ito yung focus, ito yung directrix. Isang straight line siya. That's why this is an equation of a line. Okay? Hindi siya kagaya nitong vertex at focus na point. Directrix is a straight line, horizontal line, and the value of that, kung saan siya nag-i-intersect ay 0, 1, because 1 unit above 0, 0. So, pag doon mo pinadaan, that would be y is equal to positive 1. Because any value of x, di ba? Kasi straight line nga eh. So, y is equal to 1. And this is the axis of symmetry as we have discussed here. Di ba? Y-axis ang kanyang axis of symmetry. So, knowing all this, we can make a sketch. Ito na yung sketch niya. O, di ba? So, let's analyze. Again, the parabola opens downwards. The vertex is at the origin, the focus is 1 unit down, and the directrix is 1 unit up. The directrix is this green line, whose equation is y is equal to 1. Okay? So, ganun yung pag-analyze sa x squared is equal to negative 4y. And this is the y-axis, right? And this is the axis of symmetry. Kasi, ano ba ibig sabihin ng axis of symmetry? If you are going to fold this, ito yung pinaka-fold niya, di ba? Because, ito yung mirror, parang nagmi-mirror image tong side na to dito sa kabilang side. So, ito yung axis of symmetry niya, which is the y-axis. So, that's how you analyze yung, from here, from just the equation, you can get everything. You can get the vertex, you can get the focus, you can get the equation of the directrix, and the axis of symmetry, as well as you can graph it without actually getting yung mga iba pang mga points. Pero mas maganda makukuha nyo rin yung mga points dito so that mas accurate yung itsura ng parabola nyo. So, let's have a second example. Example 2 natin ay 3y squared is equal to 24x. Now, this time, merong coefficient ang ating y, which is not the same as our standard form. So, what we're going to do is, we have to eliminate this. Alisin natin siya. And to do that, we have to divide both sides by 3, which is the same thing as multiplying it with 1/3, diba? So, multiplying both sides with 1/3, this cancels out the 3, kaya natira na lang ay y squared. And then, 24 divided by 3, that would be 8. So, we have this new equation, y squared is equal to 8x for the simplest form ng ating parabolic equation. Now, we can now compare it with this at ito ay katulad since positive, di ba? So, y squared is equal to 4px. Opens to the right. So, papaganon. Symmetric about the x-axis. Take note, wala pa rin katabi yung, wala siyang plus or minus dito. At the same time, itong x natin ganon. So, since, ano pa rin siya, simple standard form, 0, 0 pa rin yung kanyang vertex. Okay? So, working from there, so, kunyari, ito yung vertex natin na 0, 0. The parabola opens to the right, papaganan. Okay? So, paano mo naman makocompute yung focus? Nakahiga siya, ha? So, kanina yung binago natin, yung y, kasi nakatayo. Pababa nga lang. So, upright position. downwards nga lang. But this time, it's lying down. Kaya, instead na yung y yung papalitan natin, yung x yung papalitan natin. So, ano yung pattern? Kung ano yung walang exponent, yung coordinate niya ang ating papalitan. Okay? So, since x ay walang exponent, itong x ang ating papalitan. So, how come na 2 siya? Bakit 2? Because 4p is equal to 8. What value of p makes 8 when we multiply it with 4? Di ba 2? Kasi 4 times 2 is equal to 8. Kaya 2 yung value niya. Bakit hindi natin pinalitan? Kasi nasa kanan, di ba? So, ano yung nasa kanan ng 0, 0? 2 units. Di ba positive 2? So, okay lang yan. 2, 0. Now, ang directrix niya naman, so kung ito yung vertex, tapos nandito yung focus na 2, yung kanyang directrix, syempre nasa labas. So, nasa kaliwa siya. Narito. So, ano yung value ng 2 units on the left of 0? That would be negative. So, take note look at the pattern. X yung walang exponent, X yung binago natin dito, yung directrix, equation niya, X pa din. So, what is the axis of symmetry? The axis of symmetry is, you can call it y is equal to 0 or actually it's the x-axis. So, pareho lang siya. It's the same thing. So, balikan ko ng yung solution natin dun sa number 1, okay? So, tinan nyo nangyari. So, since yung y ang walang exponent, yung y dito sa focus ang nabago natin, yung directrix, ang equation niya ay y, at ang axis of symmetry niya ay y din, okay? So, nakikita nyo na yung pattern. So, it's the same thing here. So, yung x yung walang exponent, x yung binago natin, x yung directrix, yung axis of symmetry ay x axis. So, let's graph it now. So, ayan yan. So, it opens to the right. 0, 0 is the vertex. The focus is 2 units on the right of the vertex. So, positive 2. And the directrix is 2 units on the left of the vertex, and this is the vertical line. The equation of this is x is equal to negative 2. So, tatandaan nyo kapag ang directrix ay patayo, x is equal to something. Pagka ang directrix ay nakahiga, y is equal to something, either a positive or a negative number. Depende, syempre, kung saan siya nakaposisyon. So, for our third example, we have the equation, the quantity y plus 5 over 2 squared is equal to negative 5 times the quantity x minus 9 over 2 squared. This time, as I have mentioned earlier, meron ng katabi yung y natin at saka yung x natin. Now, we are going to level up our standard form. So, ganito na yung magiging itsura ng standard form kapag ka may mga other numbers na katabi yung variables natin. So, take note, look at the standard form. Y minus k. So, laging minus yan at ito din, x minus h. Okay, so y minus k quantity squared is equal to negative 4p x minus h. Now, ang halos katulad niyan, y ang may squared at negative 4 is this one, yung kulay red na to. So, it's still, ang kukunin lang natin ng info dito is it opens to the left. So, alam natin na this equation would be opening to the left. It is symmetric about the one that is parallel to the x-axis but not the x-axis anymore kasi itong x-axis na sa 0, 0 yung vertex niya, but this one, nag-iba na yung vertex niya. Kasi may mga number na nakatabi yung x. Okay? So, ulit, ang katabi ng x ay yung letter h, at ang katabi ng y ay yung letter k. So, if we are going to extract the vertex, hk siya lagi. Laging nauuna kung ano yung katabi ng x, at ang kasunod nitong number ay yung katabi ng y because this is an ordered pair, x, y. So, regardless kung ang x ay nandito sa right or nandito sa left, basta tatandaan nyo kung ano yung katabi ng x, yun yung mauuna. Alright? So, following the pattern, tingnan nga natin. So, eto yun, di ba? So, itong 9/2, yun yung ating magiging h. So, ayan yung x, ayan yung minus. So, ito yung h natin, 9/2. That's why we have it here. Yun namang k natin is this one. But this is minus yung standard form. Ang ating given ay plus. So, all we need to do is get the additive inverse of 5/2, which is negative. Kaya ito yung kinuha natin. Instead of just 5/2, ang kinuha natin, negative 5/2. Okay? Kasi negative times negative is positive. Diba? So, yun lang yung tatandaan nyo ha. Standard yung minus. So, kapag ka hindi minus yun, palitan mo lang siya ng sign. That's just about it. Ngayon, the reason why I changed it into decimal is so that mas madali kasi natin siyang ma-visualize sa rectangular coordinate system, yung positioning niya kapag ka naka-decimal. So, this is 4.5, yung x natin, yung x-coordinate, yung y-coordinate natin, negative 2.5. So, therefore, this one is on the fourth quadrant. So, kung yung quadrant natin ay parang papaganon, so, nanditong parte yung vertex niya. Okay? Nasa fourth quadrant. Nasa ilalim ng x-axis. Now, nakuha na natin yung vertex. Ang next agenda naman natin is kunin natin yung focus. So, to be able to get the focus, meron tayong computation. Itong negative 4p natin, i-equate natin dun sa 5. Okay? So, yan. So, we have negative 4p is equal to negative 5. So, we have p is equal to 5/4 or that's actually equal to 1.25. Ngayon, di ba sabi natin, kapag ka x ang walang squared, yung value niya dito from the vertex, yung value niya yung mapapalitan. Okay? So, since it's open to the left, papaganito siya. So, yung value ng x natin na vertex na 4.5, yung focus niya mapupunta doon. Kaya tayo nagkaroon ng minus. Babawasan natin. Kasi halimbawa, ito yung ating parabola. Ito, 'di ba? Kunyari, ito yung vertex ng parabola natin, papaganon. Tapos meron tayong focus na nandito sa kaliwa. So, kailangan yung 4.5, babawasan natin. Kaya naging negative or minus 1.25. Kaya naging 3.25 yung position ng focus. Take note, pagka, sabi natin, di ba, pag x yung walang exponent, yung x lang yung papalitan natin, as is yung y. O, tingnan nyo, di ba, di napalitan. So, yung x value lang yung napalitan. Now, at the same time, dun sa directrix, yung x lang din ulit yung i-manipulate natin. This time, instead na mag-minus tayo, i-add natin yung 1.25. The answer is 5.75. Kaya yung equation ng directrix natin, x is equal to 5.75. Okay? Now, ano yung axis of symmetry? Napakasimple, wala kang kukumputin. Kung ano yung value dito ng y, yun yung magiging sagot mo. So, y is equal to negative 2.5. Okay? So, we can now graph this equation. Ayan, di ba? So, di ba sabi ko nga, nasa fourth quadrant siya. This is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and then quadrant 4. So, ito yung vertex natin, di ba? So, the value of x is 4.5 and the value of y is negative 2.5. So, ayan yan. The focus is on the left of the vertex. Therefore, yung 4.5 babawasan natin ng 1.25. So, we got 3.25 to, di ba? Okay. And then, yung directrix natin, this is the black line. We just add 1.25 to 4.5. That would be 5.75. So, x is equal to 5.75. That would be our directrix. That's the equation of the directrix. And then, what's the axis of symmetry? This one, oh, di ba? Consistent naman yan dito. Ito yan. So, y is equal to 2.5. That's our axis of symmetry. So, for our fourth example, ito yung equation natin. X squared plus 6x plus 8y is equal to 7. So, ngayon, hindi na madaling makita yung ano ba yung katabi ng y or ano ba yung katabi ng x. We have to solve for it. And the technique for that is completing the square. Okay? So, tatandaan nyo yung completing the square. So, Ang clue ko dito, yung x, do sa original natin, yung x natin merong squared. Tapos meron siyang katabing isa pang may x. So, ang gagawin natin, ililipat natin to dun sa kabila. So, tingnan nyo kung ano nangyari. Okay? So, we have x squared. Meron pang 6x dito. Still on the left side. Inilipat natin yung 8 sa kanan. That's why it becomes negative 8y and then plus 7. So, yun lang yung ginawa natin. We just moved the 8y on the right side of the equation para mapaghiwalay yung mga x and y's natin. Okay? Now, what's the next thing to do? Sabi ko, di ba, kailangan ito perfect square trinomial. Okay? And the technique for this is completing the square because this is incomplete. Dapat tatlo siya. So, how do you get the third term? This is the technique. You just divide this 6 by 2. Lagi yun na. You always divide this by 2. So, 6 divided by 2 is 3. And whatever the answer is, you multiply it to itself. So, 3 times 3 equals 9. Okay? Kaya naging x squared plus 6x plus 9. Now, once you added something on the left side, you have to add it on the right side as well. Kailangan yan. Kasi that's addition property of equality. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-add dito tapos sa kanan wala. So, kailangan balance lagi. Then, you simplify this trinomial because this is a perfect square. This is x plus 3 squared. Okay? Diba? Does it look familiar? Katulad na yun nung kanina, diba? Now, what's gonna happen dun sa right side? Dahil parehong number yan, add natin, it becomes 16. Now, para matulad siya dun sa kanina natin, we can factor out 8. Diba? Factorable yan. So, common monomial factor, divide both sides by negative 8. Ang matitira na lang dito. So, negative 8y divided by 8 is y. And then 16 divided by negative 8 is negative 2. So we have y minus 2. So from here, we already have the standard form of our parabola. Wherein yung x naman ang may squared. Following the pattern, check natin dito. So we know that it opens down. Kasi negative di ba? Negative. It opens down. Okay. So let's do this thing. From here, we will get the vertex. Ano yung katabi ni x? 3. Sabi natin, minus yung standard, di ba? Kaya, this should be negative 3. So, there. And then, 2. Kaya yon. So, the vertex is negative 3, 2. Now, how do we get the focus? To compute for the focus, negative 4p, okay, just like this one, is equal to negative 8. We will equate it with negative 8. So, what's the value of p? It's 2. Okay. Now, since it opens down, y yung walang exponent, yung y dito sa vertex ang ating imamanipulate. So, it opens down. This is the vertex. Ano ang position ng focus? Nasa ilalim. So, yung 2, ima-minus natin dito. 2 minus 2. That's the reason why it becomes 0. So, the position of our focus is negative 3, 0. Alright? Now, since yung directrix naman nasa taas nung vertex, kung minus natin siya dito sa focus, ia-add naman natin siya dito sa vertex. So, plus 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Y is equal to 4. Nakukuha nyo na yung pattern? From the vertex, ima-minus ng 2, makukuha mo yung focus. Magpa-plus ka ng 2, makukuha mo yung directrix. Okay? But this one is not a point. This is an equation. Okay? So, sinasabi lang na yung y yung nabago. Diba? Yung mga y lang naman yung nabago. So, yun yung pattern nyo. Y, y, y. Y yung nabago. And, our axis of symmetry is ano yung consistent? Yung x. X is equal to negative 3. There's no need for you to compute for it. So, what's the graph? There you go. So, this is the vertex at point A. Diba? Sabi natin. This is the focus. And there, 2 units above, diba? From 2. O yan, 4. Diba? Y is equal to 4. So, that's how you do it. And then, ito yung axis of symmetry niya. Diba? Negative 3 yan. X is equal to negative 3. That's the axis of symmetry. Okay? So, our fifth example is y squared minus 12x plus 8y is equal to negative 40. So, this time, parang lahok-lahok, diba? Maging maingat lang kayo sa pagtingin. So, yung y yung may squared. So, you copy it. And then, you skip this. Hindi naman siya kasali kasi x siya. So, itong 8 ang isama mo doon. Yung 12 na to, ililipat mo sa kabila. It becomes positive and then minus 40. Then, doing the same thing, completing the square, you divide this by 2. It's 4, and then multiply it to itself. 4 times 4 is 16. So, you have a perfect square trinomial whose factor is x plus 4 squared. Dito naman sa right side, let's navigate. So, 12x, tapos negative 40 at saka 16, you have 24. Both of these are factorable by 12. So, when you do that, this would be x minus 2. Now, we have the same thing as our pattern, di ba, yung dati natin. This time, yung x naman ulit, and then positive siya. So, it opens to the right. So, nakahiga, opens to the right. So, ganun natin. So, yun na yung papasok natin sa utak natin. Tatandaan nyo, laging ito yung inuuna ko kasi it gives me an idea kung magpa-plus or magma-minus ako dito sa mga focus, sa directrix, etc., etc. So, you know that the position of the vertex is here. The focus would be on the right side. So, mag-a-add tayo dito. So, now, para hindi malito, di ba, ang katabi ng x, yun yung mauunang isusulat, yung katabi ng y, which is 4, yun yung kasunod na isusulat natin. So, we have here our vertex. Yung x yung walang exponent, therefore, ang mag-a-add minus tayo dito sa x. Okay? So, compute mo muna yung p. So, ang p ay 4p is equal to 12. Okay? So, yan yung equation natin. Therefore, p is equal to 3. Okay? So, anong gagawin natin? Since this opens to the right, the position of our focus is on the right side of the vertex. Therefore, we have to add 2 plus 3 equals 5. So, that's the reason why. And then, minus naman natin 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Kaya, ito yung directrix natin, di ba? Negative 1. And then, what's consistent? Parehong negative 4. Y is equal to negative 4. That's our axis of symmetry. So, graphing it, we have this. Di ba? So, ito siya. So, 2, negative 4. Nasa kanan yung focus, which is this pink point. Tapos, ito yung directrix natin. And then, this is our axis of symmetry. Yung negative 4 na yan. So, there. So, that's how you analyze the parabola from its graph. You can get the vertex, the focus, the directrix, the axis of symmetry, and you can easily graph it from the patterns that are given to you. So, huwag kakalimutan yung mga patterns na binigay ko sa inyo so that everything will be easy. Okay? So, that ends our video. So, thank you very much for watching and God bless.
Huwag niyo pong kalimutan na mag-like, subscribe, and share ng video ito. At kung meron pa po kayong mga gustong itanong o mga topics na dapat na i-discuss ko, please comment down below.